Welcome back, everyone. We are not done yet with this matchup between Revive Me Jet and Tactical Throwers. We just saw a very, very close matchup, 9 to 13, on Haven. And it is, Breeze is our next map, and it is kind of in a land of its own. I don't even know if I would compare it to any current maps that we have also available. But yeah, what are you thinking? How does the play from both teams on Haven kind of translate to a completely different map like Breeze?
Well, we were saying earlier that tactical throwers definitely had to win map one to stay in the series because we saw Revive Jet against Final Form on Breeze yesterday. And let me tell you, it was the Icy and Fad show. Like, they were all around the map with marshals, operators. The long sight lines on the map just make it a playground for them. And so definitely having to win map one, they were able to do that. So at least if they can't secure the second map, they can still stay in the series.
For sure, definitely agree, and that is the position that you want to be in as tactical throwers. You want to have that freedom, that leniency to maybe make a few more mistakes. I'm expecting them to get maybe more aggressive as well because they kind of don't have a ton to lose. This does not have to be a 2-0 at all. And yeah, they're gonna come into this totally new map, most likely a new agent composition as well. I don't know, Delta, your thoughts about the meta, but I think that Viper could be pulled out here.
Yeah, we saw lots of Viper yesterday. The walls are so helpful in trying to shut down those long sight lines that I spoke about, and also the poison cloud, just making it that much more difficult to enter a site because of that vulnerability that you get. So I am looking forward to seeing what a awakened Revive Me Jet team looks like. We talked about initially in the first map, things were a little slow on their end, but team has seemed to be awake at the moment. I think they're trying to live their name, so Revive Me Jet. So the Jet player I see has, in fact, is awake and revived. So I don't know, Breeze, it could go the way of Buy Me Jet, but Tactical Throwers has shown that they're capable of being able to neutralize a Jet and an operator player.
Absolutely. And as you say that, we're going to come into our agent select already a lot of lock-ins on the side of tactical throwers, as expected. Two lock-ins for Viper as well. What are your thoughts so far, Delta?
Yeah, like you said, the Viper is a known agent for this map. We also do have the already known chamber for Fad as well as the jet for Icy. So just just going to expect that. And Clutch on the KO as well. We saw that they were able to make great plays because the knife, does give you this great
Mhm.
information. You're able to flash in your jet player. Icy, I feel like, doesn't even need a flash in sometimes, just able to take deep angles and get out. But yeah, I like this comp on the
Choose your
side of
agent.
Revive Me Jet. And then let's see, Tactical Throwers, it looks like it is going to be a mirror comp as
Mhm.
well.
We're not gonna see that Yoru again. Kind of sad, kind of
Yeah.
sad. Zoe choosing a more meta agent, going for the KO. But yes, it is going to be a completely mirrored comp. I'm not surprised that we've still got a chamber. I feel like Breeze is one of Chamber's best maps just because the tour de force can be used from backside on both sides as well as that upper angle in mid and rendezvous. I mean, you could use that to get into some weird angles alongside a jet. So loving the single duelist sort of half duelist half sentinel composition from both of these teams.
Like you said, the chamber able to bounce around the map pretty much, look through mid, keep their eyes on mid, but then also able to get on either site once the play is called. So Chamber is so powerful on this map. You were talking about Zoe not being on the Yoru, but Zoe, the flashes were well coordinated with the team. And so if they're able to kind of translate the coordinated flashes with the KO, it's still a great pick on this end. So the gamble stack looks like in the favor for Revive Me Jet. They will be able to spot some eyes once Tactical Throwers moves forward.
As soon as this drone does get spotted, that's going to signal to Revive Me Jet that this is the site looking to be hit. The wall is going to come up on the defender's side, but Blast taking a ton of damage there, barely able to escape it. And Icy with this
No, not
frenzy.
again.
Wait, what? Got 2 kills there. 7 HP could not back up off of it, but Clutch pushing in now, getting some kills of her own. And Kea, 74 HP, kind of stuck in this corner. Flicks onto Clutch, taking 1 down with her, but a 2v1 in the pistol. Certainly not going to be an easy breezy situation, if you will. Yes, that rendezvous going to help her swing out of that angle, but Gigi saying, nope, you can't escape me, pushing in with the pistol and getting that first round on the board.
Okay, so a repeat of Haven. The frenzies are a dangerous weapon, and if you compound that with the Viper's wall going up, everyone is vulnerable going through trying to get onto the A site, and then the frenzy just mows everyone down. So first round going to Revive Me Jet. Tactical Throwers leaning towards the B site, and this gamble doesn't seem to be the correct one this time.
Most certainly not, and I think very quickly Revive Me Jet is going to realize that fact, but they maybe have a little bit of an advantage here because Tactical Throwers has not pushed on yet. They have not been aggressive at all, and now look at the positioning from Revive Me Jet. They're going to be retaking this from all angles. The Headhunter from Fad able to find Juna, but now Satyr, the aggression actually shut down. Great start so far. Wow. What a fast round.
Kalina, my goodness. So this is something that we saw the last map, and then also we've seen from NMG Celeste before. They're not afraid to push, whether it's a save round, a gun round, it doesn't matter. They will push and get as much information as possible, and oftentimes be able to get a lurk on the other team. And they're not afraid to do it because when you have someone like Fad staying back on the site, it doesn't matter that they're the solo hold. They're able to get that first pick and get out of there.
And it's another slow play from Tactical Throwers. They are not being their typical aggressive selves. Juna gonna drone out and see if anyone is holding this site, and in fact there is no one on this site. Yoja pushing on, going to be able to plant this spike very, very quickly, and it's going to be the first post-plant trial for Tactical Throwers. Juna taken down by the spray from Clutch. Worst gun, but sometimes the spray is all you need, and Yoja able to get 2, but not anymore. We are down to even numbers. Just as I say that, Satyr makes it uneven again, getting Icy down, and that is a massive pick. Icy not able to continue pushing with their team to defuse this spike. And both players are pinched in this main location. Yeah, it was way too much. There were too many guns pointed at that pinch point, and that is going to be a nice first round on the board for Tactical Throwers.
Yeah, good first round. As to be expected, they did have the better buy at the time. But you also can see for the side of Revive Me Jet that they're not afraid to give up the site. It's interesting. Haven, we were a little bit worried about their retakes. I wonder if that's going to be a problem this time around. But they were very comfortable in giving up the sites and trying to do that full retake. This time, Icy operator in hand, keeping their eyes down hall.
I don't know if anyone is going to want to peek out that operator in hole, but right now this push already onto A. We've got Viper's Pit being placed out, but low HP on Yoja just because of that well-placed snake bite. And anytime you have a retake attempt into a Viper's Pit, you want to get as many picks as you can before pushing in. And this is looking brilliant from Revive Me Jet. Last player standing, completely off site, could not do anything to save it.
All members of Revive Me Jet alive, a flawless round. I was worried how they were going to retake with the op, but why? I don't need to be worried with this team at all. The Viper's Pit was able to get down early, so all eyes were on tactical throwers. And so the round going to Revive Me Jet, still having their hands on the op. The Blade Storm is also queued up, so tactical throwers might have a little bit of difficulty on this pistol round. There is a Guardian on Satyr, so hopefully they're able to keep that in their hands and maybe get a few picks from that. Or they sold it.
Oh,
Never mind.
sometimes at the last minute you make some changes just to try and sneak in that advantage. But yes, this hit again looking like A site, this time Halls. Look at how much space Zoe has been able to take up there, and Kea back there, the only one getting spotted, but the swing, Gigi was ready for it.
No way.
Oh no, the reload from Gigi nearly taking her down. But luckily, Icy was ready to follow up on teammate. And this is going to be really, really tough. I think Satyr's Blade Storm is the only thing that can bring this back for tactical throwers, but the spike is completely lost, and taking that back is step one.
Yeah, the Blade Storm is the saving grace for this round, but I see on the prowl with the operator and one person left.
It is Juna. She has health advantage onto Gigi, but
No.
What is that? If I was Juna there, I wouldn't even be mad that I got opt. I mean that sheriff shot was perfect.
It was. Well, at least they were able to make that round fairly expensive. They were on that save round, they're on full pistols, but they were able to get a few guns out of their hands. So calling a timeout, trying to recover from that last round, and maybe how that last pick went. I see on the top of the leaderboard as to be expected. The Blade Storm still in hand, Op still in hand, so still a very dangerous threat for the tactical throwers.
And when you think about how that previous map went, this is the complete opposite, right? We did not see a 3-round lead for Revive Me Jet at any point in that previous map, and now here they are. They look like a different team. They look completely refreshed. Maybe it's the warm weather on Breeze, but they are making this work.
Yeah, like I was saying, yesterday's game on Breeze was amazing. Revive Me Jet definitely have this map on point. So Tactical Throwers is going to have to give their A game to try to do their strats against Revive Me Jet. This round, things aren't looking too great. They do have a full set of rifles, but no ultimates near to be able to play with.
Droning out again over on A, and this is a standard practice from Juna, hoping to clear as many angles as possible, so when they do begin their attack, they're not going to be taken aback by any members of Revive Me Jet on site. Now look at all of this presence that Zoe has made in mid. Clutch has to rotate her attention to what's going on in double doors, and this coordinated push, Zoe finally able to get that pick, and what can you do if you are a defender and there are attackers pushing from multiple angles? It's very difficult to deal with. But now what's even more difficult to deal with is a 2v5 retake. Gigi trying her best to use that utility to the advantage. Zoe taken down, but it does not matter. We got a spray down from Yoja and Juna in coordination, and this is the start to a potential comeback.
Yeah, the timeout we just had worked beautifully. They were able to set themselves up for a great next round. You can see, so in mid, there was a battle between Icy and Satyr. Satyr understanding that Icy has the guts to just push, so they're having to watch out for their lurks. So that's great on their half. They were able to neutralize Icy and make that retake more difficult. But the op still in hand, eyes on mid. So I'm gonna have to be careful if they head that way.
Deploying drone.
Again, Juna with this drone every single round, being as careful as she can. But this noise and that mark is going to indicate that B site is going to be attacked very soon. Satyr again sprinting onto site, nearly taking down the operator there. Just a little bit off with those shots. And now actually we have advantage for Revive Me Jett. GG pulling out, oh my gosh, pulling out the Hunter's Fury, taking one down. I feel like the Hunter's Fury have really been amazing in these two maps, but this is going to be a huge ask for Juna to continue pushing on with Kea. They need to get this spike planted within the next 40 seconds, and they need to somehow secure a healthy post plant. I see, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, I knew that that peak was gonna come through, and when you're a
30
Jett player,
seconds left.
you wanna get those weird angles, unexpected angles, and see what you can do with them. Yeah, Brain Blast, getting that last pick, Kea, it was no match for sure. But there we go, our 3-round lead.
No match. When you have both Fad and Icy looking on both of the lanes that you're trying to cross, it's gonna be difficult to try to get in. But I do like what I am seeing from the tactical throwers. They are, prioritizing getting the orb. We saw how powerful the Hunter's Fury was in trying to make the round a little closer. Getting those orbs on Juna, prioritizing that is the way to stay in this map. But again, Icy posted with the op going in deeper for a peek.
And it's going to be faced with that initial drone, so somehow misses it there, giving a little bit more information to be grabbed by tactical throwers. But now this fight up in halls, GG does come out on top. This is going to even out those numbers and signal a full retake over to B, where there is no defender to stop this except for Icy and her operator. Pushing that
Ooh.
wall, though, it was too much. Kea seemed to be predicting that one very well. I think Icy is impressed by that one, but the spike has been planted at this point, looking brilliant for tactical throwers as long as they're able to hold this post plant. Gonna choose to invest the null command as well to further secure this round.
Yeah, the null command, making it no utilities able to use, and Gigi's getting the lurk on them, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, those 2 kills do come out. Yoja from backside, holding it down like the Viper that she is. I don't actually know if we had an exchange of operators. Icy's going to be able to purchase another one, but it looks like none of tactical throwers wanted it.
Yeah, no, just give it back to Icy. Well, their economy, though, is looking a little rough at the moment. They're able to buy this time. They do have Blade Storm ready. The Viper's Pit to try to hold the tactical throwers off their site. But tactical throwers, yeah, if you are able to get that initial pick on Icy, neutralize them, rounds tend to go your way.
Already, Viper's Pit, as you said, thrown out on this B site, but it is still more of a default play from tactical throwers. They're not exactly sure where they want to go with this spike. And oftentimes it's very dangerous for the spike carrier to be the first one swinging out an angle. And even more so because Icy is the one holding down A site again with the operator in hand. So if Yoja was to peek that, it would have been very, very bad for their team. But this mid location seems to be maybe where they're planning to go. No, they actually want to push into this Viper's pit. I don't know how I feel about this play, Delta.
I mean, if they're able to take out Fad and maybe get some eyes on Viper, it's a good sight.
Oh my gosh, this spray down. We knew it was gonna come. Fad having to back up on map, but getting one headshot. Icy coming in with the operator. Everything is down to Juna. Hold on a minute. Got the headshot onto the offer, and this drone might be the one thing that put a wrench in her plans. 13 seconds on the clock. Clutch on the flank, and Juna does not have enough time to make this work. Needs to stick it right here and right now. And the swing from Gigi was perfectly timed.
Okay, tactical throwers. I do like that approach they tried. So on this map, a very common strat is to pop the Viper's pit really early and then focus your efforts onto the other site. While tactical throwers thought they, had one over on them, they would actually just try to go through the Viper's pit. They were able to take it down, but unfortunately, the rotates came through and just weren't able to recover after that. So this time around, also not being able to recover their economy. So this is a bit of a mixed buy.
Yes, and lots of utility already being placed over on A, spotting out that there's at least one player attempting to attack on that A site, but the spike left basically in spawn for tactical throwers, and
Oh no.
Fad thinking about getting that first pick just a little bit off. But Icy making quick work with this operator in turn. And this is not looking good at all for tactical throwers. They've got 2 players left. Make that one as Fad finally gets the tour de force kill. And Kea left alone also has tour de force, but a 1v4, I don't know about this one, Delta.
Like you were saying earlier, the chambers on this map are so powerful. Not able to get one against Fad, of course. Fad always cleaning things up at the end. But yeah, between the tour de force, again with the long sight lines, and also the trademarks have been giving the teams valuable information. You see that REBIBE JETT aren't afraid to give up B, for example, because they have a trademark in place to not just get information, but slow down the push. You also see them put trademarks like deep in mid as well to get some valuable information. So Chamber just being the agent to pick for this map.
So again, it is more of a default play from tactical throwers. The spike maybe angling a little bit more towards A, but Icy shutting down that mid presence very early, taking down Zoe. And these 2 players over on B maybe should be more weary because they know that that operator is close at hand. The push about to commence on A site, but Fad taking down Satyr off of that dash. Very, very good pick. And now that's basically 2 very important players down and out for tactical throwers. One shot back by Yoja, but still the spike has not even made it onto site, and the hard rotation has come out from REBIBE JETT.
It'd be difficult to get on this side. They've lost both the KO and the Jett to try to dash onto site, try to blind them. It's gonna be challenging. Hopefully they'll get some more information with this dart and play.
They've got to hurry up with this. They get the first pick, but Icy, I think, through the Viper wall, getting that operator pick, and now choosing to pull out The Blade Storm wants to go
Hmm.
close range, takes down the Viper's Pit. This is an entirely possible win now for Revive the Jet, and that it is. Not much for Kaya to do there. The time pressure was not in her favor at all. And that is what I'm noticing a lot more is tactical throwers letting the time run out.
Yeah, I mean it is definitely a strat that you would think to play against an aggressive team. You let them make the mistakes, let them use up all of their utility, and then try to get the spike down. But the problem is, if Icy's still alive, then that strategy goes south real quick. For this last round and a half, you see them all huddled near the B site, but both Icy and Fad are holding this site.
There we go, the drone yet again coming out by Juna and Icy, knowing that they are being baited at this point. At least they're trying to be jump peaked. And wow, first pick yet again, the operator in the hands of Icy. I feel like at this point, Tactical Throwers just needs to find out where Icy is and not go there. Like that's just a giant red X on the map. Do not continue to push.
Well, but that's the problem though. With Icy and Fad, they both are just going across the map, making look, they're just rotating it, make it difficult to enter any site.
It does seem very, very tough for Tactical Throwers to get their foot in the door at all. They haven't even started to climb the wall into this site, and they have less than 40 seconds on the clock. They're going to be met with Brain Blast, who has pushed through mid, gets the first, and gets the second. A perfect round. That's their last round going into the next half. And everything that we saw Tactical Throwers doing right in the first map seems to be perfectly combated by Revive Me Jet in this map.
You're exactly right. Revive Me Jet, there's just a style on them with this map. Breeze just seems to be the map for them. When you have a very strong Jet and Chamber player, I mentioned earlier, it's like a playground for them. They're able to take these very deep angles. You can see them pushing smokes, them pushing up the deep angles as much as possible, and able to get the first pick. Typically, it being, of course, an agent you need to get onto site, like the Duelist, like KO. And it just spells trouble for the tactical throwers, but it's a different half. They've regrouped in this short break, and it looks like they are huddled on to the B site.
They are going to opt for this B site. Yoja not spotted out by that knife and is going to continue to hold back site, but this Viper wall is great. Gonna be able to cut off a lot of information, and Icy getting that initial pick with the spray down through the wall. Spike has planted at this point, and the retake looking really, really bad for Tactical Throwers. Oh my gosh, yet again. This is what we saw on the first map with Tactical Throwers. They just could not retake for their lives.
Yeah, able to clutch both pistol rounds for this series. And although this pistol round, there weren't a load of frenzies, so at least it wasn't anxiety inducing, but able to win the pistol round nonetheless, and able to get a bulldog on Icy. So trying to counter this, you see a couple of marshals out on the board, a gamble stack towards the A site. Hopefully this pans out in their favor.
That Bulldog making its way quickly down into mid. Icy knowing the angles that are likely to be pushed out by Tactical Throwers, and could not get that initial pick. Satyr able to back up fast enough. Still has the Marshal in hand, but with 25 HP, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get a quick snipe, a quick headshot, and a full kill with that weapon. And now the spike in the hands of Brain Blast rotated fully over to B. I don't know if, yeah, Fad maintaining presence over on A just because gets the Headhunter pick. And now the spike is going to have even an easier time of being planted and being held down on B site.
Yeah, and those marshals are a little bit difficult to do with the retake, and they're already getting pushed in spawn.
Clutch. Hearing this noise backside, I don't think her location has been spotted. Gets the first pick.
Mm.
Kea cannot make the headhunter work there, and suddenly everything is down to Yoja yet again. Has the sheriff in hand, but Brain Blast, the spray from the Spectre is too powerful, and the headshot denies a fourth round for tactical throwers.
So much awareness from Revive Me Jet. Again, this being their map, you can see that they expected the rotates to come through. So leaving Fad out in the spawn to catch out the rotates that would come through the cave. And then also having the awareness, well, since some of the members didn't come out from cave, they're going to be in the defender's spawn. So pushing defender spawn clutch in that amazing position to try to close things out. And as we are inching ever so close towards match point, a very good tactical timeout for tactical throwers. And hopefully they'll be able to rethink how to stay in this map.
Is it a little too late though? I feel like they could have had this pause a lot earlier before Revive Me Jet was even allowed to get 11 rounds on the board. This round differential is more than we saw in the previous map, and even then it was impossible for Revive Me Jet to come back from. So I think at this point it's just a matter of time. What can tactical throwers really do at this point? They need a ideal game. They can't make any more mistakes if they have the hope to nailing down the 2-0. But as we talked about previously, they don't need the 2-0. They're chilling going into map 3. So maybe they just want to get it over with, be able to take a breather, take a break, and not let this map get too into their mental.
You're right, but tactical throwers have been having close games for this tournament, and so they're likely going to want to make the score as close as possible.
Lots of utility already being thrown out on A. Satyr cannot get the sheriff shots to connect, but maintains the peak over on the A main pinch point as Icy making her way up into holes. I don't know if they know that there's someone around this corner. Does check it, but Juna is quicker on that trigger, and everything is looking good for tactical
What?
throwers here. Just one last alive. It is Fad, 12 HP in this corner. Has a little bit of util to use, but Satyr, who's been brilliant in holding down this site, maybe has a bit of a clue of where Fad is hiding.
30 seconds left.
12 HP left. Fad has been known to clutch things out, but can this be done?
No heal available. Even with all teammates
Oh,
alive.
spots him.
13 seconds on the board, and the fling from Juna, waiting for the rendezvous to be called up and getting that last pick. Okay, looks like the pause did work, Delta.
Yeah, you're right. The pause worked, and you can see that they are getting that positional awareness. They were able to catch out a lot of the flanks that Revive Me Jet have been doing throughout the map. And you know, we're talking about how late in the game it is, but the last map we saw 8 points go down before the other team was able to catch up. So it's never too late, I can say.
It is never too late, but it is still a very devious task. I see with the operator here. Oh, just giving that angle at the worst moment. I think the operator was spotted out now. No shots have rung out to fully confirm that IC has purchased the operator, but I think tactical throwers can make a good prediction.
I have them.
Okay.
There we go. Little bit of a presence in mid, but no rotation from tactical throwers. I think we saw a lot of times on Haven with a little bit of noise that did signal a full rotate. But here, Satyr is still going to be holding down this site as the spike is going to make its way on. And there we go. Viper's Pit is pulled out but members of Revive Me Jet are falling left and right. This is man
Spike
advantage to
planted.
tactical throwers. Satyr slowly swinging around there, but Icy making the prediction that someone was going to be doing that. One of the last two left alive in this, and is trying to hold the Viper's Pit with the operator. That's a very, very tricky gun to do that with.
Player standing.
There we go. Viper's Pit is going to fall, and Icy, last one standing, gets the first headshot. Needs two more to secure this. 16 bullets in the chamber. Could not get Yoja, and Juna really wanting to stick it, but doesn't know if she can. Yoja making it work. That was just in time. Wow. Team Ace.
Just in time. IC was almost able to stop that defuse. But yeah, one more round for tactical throwers to stay in this map. You can tell that they are getting a sense for how Revive Me Jet like to play this map. They are trying to attempting to neutralize the operator. Yeah, it's just one more round to crawl back from. Then they've pushed Revive Me Jet on pistols.
There we go. That 5-man push gonna continue over on A site. Icy already making their way up through holes. Has the Blade Storm ready and is behind these players. Gets the first one, but Kea still on site. Taken down by a teammate. So there we go. Looks like A site fully belongs to Revive Me Jet at this point. Few guns able to be picked up, but Yoja and Satyr finally making their way over and getting those 2 picks. That's going to be huge. 2 left for Revive Me Jet. Wow. Fad swinging that one, but it's not enough as Yoja and Juna again working in collaboration with each other. They're going to stick this defuse, and suddenly that's 3 in a row for tactical throwers.
Yeah, things are looking up for tactical throwers. Their coordination on the defense has been excellent so far. We did see that on Haven as well. We saw that the coordination from tactical throwers in their defensive half was a sight to be seen. So it's great that it's coming in play to try to stay in the map to the point where they've pushed Revive Me Jet to this tactical timeout, trying to rethink things, trying to continue to see how to get IC in a position to get all of the picks. You see them already at 24 and 9. I mean, what is that kind of number? And the map's not even over yet.
I'm curious to see what the ACS is at the end of this, but yeah, as you said, we're gonna see a pause here. I think every single time we have seen a pause, the immediate round after went in favor of the team that called it. So I'm gonna make a prediction that Revive Me Jet is going to put themselves onto match point. They made this pause right before a full buy round, but it is going to be one of their last full buys. I don't think they can if they lose this round. So this is going to be a good round to win for them. The economy looking a little bit better for tactical throwers, but either way, I think after that pause, after the two teams were able to discuss amongst themselves what to do differently, Revive Me Jet maybe had a little bit of time to breathe and to think about how not to throw like tactical throwers.
Yeah, well, the Hunter's Fury is online. They might use that to either get on site or they could use it as a fake. We do see 2 members trying to make a little bit of noise on the B side, a trademark to make sure no one pushes it. The play seems to be the B side.
And the dash on to B site from IC is going to confirm that pick. IC narrowly missing the shots onto Yoja, but does get the headshot at the end of the day there. Lots of spray downs happening back site. The spike gonna be planted, but Hunter's Fury has the potential to deny this plant. Does get 1 tag. Wow, just at the last minute there. Again, no information about where the players were, and Gigi trying to counter this Hunter's Fury with the Hunter's Fury of her own. All three players are going to be trying to push in through arches, and this is going to be very, very tricky. As soon as one player does fall, all crosshairs are going to be pointed in that direction. Zoe pushing on, getting the initial headshot onto Brain Blast, but they do not
No
know that Fad is
shot.
still there. Oh my gosh, there we go, 12-6. What did I say, Delta?
You were right. Yep, great prediction. Uh, wow. Well, the Hunter's Fury definitely one of the champions of that round. First from Junior to deny the spike, but unfortunately, with again this great positional awareness of the other team, Gigi was able to push the Hunter's Fury to make it that much more difficult to try to retake. And then, as per usual, Fad coming in at the end to clean things up. So we are at match point and potentially the tie up the series.
Yeah, with that initial pick onto Yoja, it does give a slight advantage towards REBIBE JETT. They've got good advantage as well. Icy running it down with the Vandal headshot onto Satyr. That was their key duelist. Now down and out. And with just 3 players left, Juna, Kea, and Zoe, how can they coordinate this retake and make it work? This is their last hope, their last effort, and Icy thinking about swinging out of the backside and denying anything going on there.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, okay. I was
What?
wondering if Gigi was going to clutch that, but it looks like tactical throwers are able to stay in for this one round. I mean, Revive JETT aren't playing. They had the KO ult to try to get them onto the site, and things were looking their direction. They were able to get those 2 picks onto site, but Juna able to coordinate that retake quite well. So still alive for this series, and Revive JETT pushed on a save round.
They did in fact do that, and I think this is where we kind of have to think about what we're going to see in these next few rounds. I don't think I expected to see a 12-7 situation at any time. It felt like REBIBE JETT had this in the bag, but at that last minute, we do see tactical throwers bringing it back. They've got the better guns as long as they play patient and they don't lose any players early on. Looks like they're going to be able to defend this again. Junifor has to back up off of that. Did get spotted out by Clutch. But now Clutch, in fact, the one going to back up in Halls. Fad with the opening pick with the Headhunter. I don't know what I expected. Definitely something with the Headhunter there. And the spike going to be rotated.
And they've got so much map control, but tactical throwers are continuing to take it back. You see kind of push way up. Do they expect this? Oh, at least able to get the trade and still make their way onto site. But now Fad is pushing up onto spawn.
There are 2 who were about to swing her out, and
30 seconds
gotta be careful because there's still a lot of presence in mid. Oh, the flank was just beautiful. Oh my gosh, Delta. What a great round to end it on with the flank and everything just working in perfect coordination. Revive JETT bringing it back, finally securing the win on map 2. And as I think a lot of us are thinking, the 2 teams have won their map picks, right? And it was just down to the map that was left for map 3. So it's going to be kind of a toss up.
Yeah, we said earlier, these games were going to be close. Like you said, everyone won their map picks, and it's important because you can see Revive JETT just own this map. So able to clutch out map 2. We're going to head to map 3 after this short break.
Supernova, burned into you like a shooting star. Always craving for you to come